Hey guys, welcome back to the BK Breakdown. I am Brandon Isenbarger.
And I'm Kevin Walsh.
We're really glad to be back, guys. We know it's been a while, but we're really excited to get back into the swing of things.
We are. It's 2018 now. It's a new year, new us. We got the new setup here. We are ready to get going, but
I kind of like the new setup now.
yeah, it looks good. I mean, I think it looks nice. We're facing the camera a little bit more, and we can talk to our viewers a little bit better.
Instead of kind of facing each other.
Yeah, but it's great to be back, and this is the BK Breakdown.
My mama called, see you on TV. Sunset shit done changed. Ever since we was on, I dreamed it all. Ever since I was young, they said I won't be nothing. Now they always say congratulations. Worked so hard, forgot how to vacation. They ain't never had the dedication. People hate and say we changing, look, we made it. Yeah, we made it.
Welcome back, guys. First, we want to start off with a little bit of a shout out to some of our friends in Ohio. Just like us, it's the Back Row Fantasy Show. They are a Dynasty and IDP fantasy experts. It's our friends Jeremy, Aaron, and Chad.
Now, is that Fantasy League only defense?
I think IDP is mainly focused on defense, and then
It's kind of cool.
but they're also good at DFS too. I remember asking them for a few questions on my fantasy team a little bit ago, so they're pretty knowledgeable. They're trying to grow just as fast as we are.
Great
So,
guys. Great group of guys.
Yeah, make sure you guys go check them out on iTunes and Google Play. We will leave links to those in the description, so you guys can go check those out. They're really good. We really like their advice, and they're more podcasts. They only do like audio only, which is good though for they do like hour-long episodes. So like in the car, any times like that, it's great to listen to them. So definitely go check them out. They are growing.
Yes, they are.
But we are going to be talking a little bit more about sports in this episode, trending in sports right now.
First two episodes is mainly focused on football and fantasy.
Yeah, so more fantasy focused, more like just following the Thanksgiving games, what happened, where our thoughts were on those. But we just want to talk a little bit more about what's been going on lately in sports, and something that happened last night that was pretty
sad.
Pretty sad for us. We are Ohioans. We do like the Cleveland Cavaliers. And,
they took a tough loss to the Warriors last night.
They did. They took a real tough loss to the Warriors last night. I mean, it was close most of the game, but they kind of just fell
off.
They did. They fell off at the end and when it mattered most. It is still a big game out of LeBron James, though, with 32 points, 6 assists, and 8 rebounds. So he did play well. I mean, I know he did have some turnovers, but
Kevin Durant also looked really well.
He did.
32 points, was it?
32 points.
Same points as LeBron, actually.
Yeah, same.
They both looked pretty good.
Yeah,
I hate to say it, but
yeah. KD a little bit more assists, but less rebounds than LeBron. So, yeah, KD looked pretty good, and a little scary for Cavs fans to see him playing like that.
Yeah, and that leads to our first question, actually. I mean, should the Cavs be worried about their fourth straight loss to the Warriors? Not fourth straight loss to the Warriors, but just overall.
Like in the season, yeah, 4th straight loss.
It was in the past week, I think.
I mean, I don't think they should be worried. I think it is a problem right now, but I don't think they should be worried. I think they still are favorites in our book to make it to the finals and in the East.
Here are their 4 straight losses. I mean, they lost to the Timberwolves by 28, the Raptors by 34.
Wow.
And then they lost to the Pacers in a tight game against the Pacers. I mean, the Pacers aren't anything good.
Yeah.
And then, obviously, last night, home against the Warriors.
Yeah. So, T-Wolves and Raptors games by almost 30 points each is
scary
just
to look
crazy.
at. It's scary to look at.
And once we had those two, we thought it was going to be at the end right there. We were like, whoa, 2 blowout losses. That's fine.
We'll bounce back.
And
clearly, we didn't after losing to the Pacers. And then the Warriors.
Yeah. So, and then I want to talk to you a little bit on that Pacers game. The Pacers have always seemed to have the Cavs number this year.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, we were up by like 20 early on, and we ended up giving a huge comeback in the third, which stunk. But whatever. But so yeah, I don't think they should be worried. I think they're still favorites to win the East. I know Chuck Barkley said, or Charles Barkley.
Yes.
Could be Chuck as well. He said that he thinks that the Cavs are not going to make the finals this year and win the East, which we thought was kind of funny. We were kind of laughing at it a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, the Celtics look good, but They don't have really much experience. Although Kyrie,
Yeah, and
obviously.
obviously Gordon Hayward. Maybe if he comes back, they
I
can
don't
give
know
him
when
a
he
run.
will be back.
But
I will say I'm. How long has Isaiah been playing? Like 2 weeks, maybe.
if that, but he's also been playing low minutes.
Yes,
that was like
that's
his
true.
that was like his first like game with a lot of minutes. It was like his most he's had as a Cav.
He should be. I don't think he's looking too great.
But
honestly.
he's gonna, dude.
You think
When
he'll
you have like
get
a hip
better?
injury like that, like it takes a little bit of time. I mean,
Yes.
after an injury, you're gonna
And
lose your
he-
touch.
He hasn't been playing for like half a year.
Yeah,
almost.
I mean, and if he's shooting, it's just him shooting flat-footed because he can't really shoot because with his
Hip.
Yeah, so I mean, it's what it is. But I think Cavs are easily going to bounce back. Probably. I mean, they aren't very good in January. They've been proven to do that in the past.
Yeah.
And they always seem to come back and make it to the finals. So we're not worried at all. But
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a Cavs fan. I obviously hope that they come back too. But I'm still like, even if I wasn't a Cavs fan, I still wouldn't be that worried that the Cavs won't make it.
Right.
But yeah, so that NBA basketball is getting pretty interesting with the Cavs not doing too well. But
No.
there's some non-NBA basketball that's starting to get a little bit more interesting for people here in the United States, and that's Lithuanian basketball. And you might be wondering, well, Lithuanian basketball? No, I'm talking about the Ball brothers in Lithuania. Yeah, we haven't really talked about that. So the Ball brothers out in Lithuania, they are playing for Vatatas, and which is in excuse me, I might pronounce this wrong, but like Prenai, Lithuania, and LaMelo Ball, LiAngelo Ball. LeVar Ball made a pretty bold move to obviously have the one come out of UCLA and stop playing there, and also LaMelo Ball.
How old is LaMelo? Do you know?
Oh, I think he's 16, just like us. Yeah, 16, or just like me.
Wow.
But so LeVar Ball, like taking a 16-year-old out of high school, turning him pro. Obviously, it's kind of nice to get the money, but I really think of at least LaMelo, if he waited longer, NBA bound is my guess.
Well, do you know where is LeVar living in the U.S.?
See, that's what I'm not sure is like. I think he's living in LA.
Because with
Lonzo's
Lonzo's got the NBA, obviously.
Yeah.
And then his two younger brothers are out in Lithuania. I mean,
Yeah. So I think he's still lives in LA like he always has.
visiting, like maybe
But
visiting.
he must
Lithuania.
visit like that's a long flight.
I
because
know.
I think what it is I know they're in LA and you think they would just fly over the Pacific Ocean to get there, but they have to fly over the entire United States and then fly over the entire Atlantic Ocean to get over there. So I don't know how he would be able to balance the two, like between Lithuania and LA or wherever he's going to watch Lonzo and to be able to watch LiAngelo and LaMelo.
Yeah.
I don't know how he's going to be able to go between the two. So that's
That's a little confusing.
does not make much sense. But
They do look good in Lithuania.
yeah.
They've been playing pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, what, a couple nights ago or last night, 60 points combined between the two.
That's really good.
And I remember watching some highlights recently, and LaMelo was like, when he would get his assists, they seemed like they were always to LiAngelo. So I think like,
All the highlights are either LaMelo or Leandro.
yeah, so they kind of have like a little duo going on, I think, and I think they kind of like, they're trying to play really well because obviously they want to go NBA. Because I think if I'm right about this, like LaMelo actually could actually go into the NBA next year.
Yeah,
even though
because
he didn't play in
would he
college.
be a freshman at UCLA?
Well, see, he's in our grade, like our age.
LaMelo?
The younger
Yes,
guy,
yes.
because he turned pro young and played one
Okay.
year. Like you have to wait 1 year outside of high school is like the rule. Like once you
Yes.
finish high school, it's like 1 year.
1 year of
But
college.
I guess did he ever finish high school? Like I don't know, but
Yeah, that situation's a little.
it's kind of
crazy.
crazy. I mean, if it was my kids, like
No.
that's such a crazy move. But I mean, it must entertain LeVar Ball. I gotta say, it gives him something to do. I mean, he likes basketball. He likes watching his sons. Likes talking them up. Likes talking himself up. So if he wanted to do that,
It's his decision. I mean,
his kids can make money. I mean, obviously, LiAngelo had that problem with when he was shoplifting in, I think, China. So, I mean, it's not like LiAngelo had much going for him at UCLA after getting suspended there. So, it made a little bit of sense. I mean, he didn't seem to like the UCLA coach, at least like LeVar didn't. And then LaMelo, I think it was mainly just he wanted both his kids to be on the same team or something. Had to have been. But, yeah, so that's pretty interesting out in Lithuania. But, yeah, so that's pretty much what we've seen in basketball lately.
yeah, nothing too much in college basketball. But
Yeah, college basketball seems like normal. I think Villanova's number 1.
Our Buckeyes, number 22.
Number 22 now. I mean, me and you were suspecting them to actually be pretty decent this year with Chris Holtman.
Yes.
But, yeah, we're happy with them being 22 and finally. Especially after that big win against Michigan State, number 1.
Yeah. KDB's looking pretty good, too. KDB's up.
He is. He's looking very good. He actually just won Big Ten Player of the Week back-to-back weeks.
Yeah, I saw that, too.
So
that's pretty cool.
He is. He's looking really good and almost too good for us Buckeye fans that he would be gone next season.
I know.
So it's not the best thing. But, hey, I just want to make March Madness, make the tournament, and I want to see us go a little bit far. So, yeah, I'm happy where we're at. I mean, what did bracketology have us at right now?
Let's see. 6th seed, I believe.
6th seed, yeah. So 6th seed, I'll take that any day. We made the tournament the past 2 years, and we didn't even play in the NIT last year. So we will take that. But this past weekend, we had some big football games, divisional round games.
Yeah, some were exciting, some were not so exciting.
Yeah. So
Should we talk about the first one?
let's talk about the first game.
Was that Saturday night?
It was
Early-
Saturday at 4.
earlier
Saturday at 4, I
game.
think it was.
Yeah, the Eagles-Falcons game.
Eagles-Falcons. So I think that was probably the most boring of the games, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, not the most boring.
The ending was pretty exciting.
Yeah, the ending was pretty good. The ending was pretty good. But
It seemed like a more defensive type of game to me.
yeah, I mean Matt Ryan only had 210 passing yards, and he was 22 for 36. So he did throw a lot of passes, but he only had 1 touchdown, so it wasn't a.
That one touchdown was to Devontae Freeman for 1 touchdown, right? And then Devontae Freeman only had 7 rushing yards.
So that's what's crazy. Like that just shows like the star running back for the Falcons has 7 rushing yards, and his 1 touchdown was receiving. That's kind of crazy. But I mean, Julio did have 100+ receiving yards. See, I think he had like just barely over 100.
Didn't he have like 9 receptions or something like that?
Yeah. So I mean, it's Julio. You expect that. So it's not like oh, Julio had 100+ receiving yards. You expect it, but I mean, right now, this season, it's kind of like, oh, he got 100+. I guess that's pretty good.
Because he hasn't been anything too special this season.
Yeah.
As we predicted.
But
He did have that 1 drop in the end zone.
yeah, and we'll talk about that in a sec. But
On the other side of the ball, Falcons, Nick Foles, 246 passing yards, 23 for 30. And then he only had he had no touchdowns. I'm sorry.
yeah, no touchdowns. Like the winning team, the quarterback had 0 touchdowns.
And he threw for 246, which it's not great, but it's not too bad either.
Yeah, I mean, the key for Nick Foles was to have no turnovers.
Right.
I mean, the thing about Nick Foles is he has to have no turnovers for them to have a chance to win these games.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone was counting them out.
Eagles.
Everyone was counting out the Eagles in this game as they were underdogs by I think 5.
Yeah, I think it was 5.
But even as the higher seed. So
While they were at home.
yeah, at home too. But so Nick Foles, pretty well, no touchdowns, no picks, so that's good.
Mm-hmm.
But that final drive by the Falcons was pretty interesting. That was what made the game pretty decent.
Yeah, that was I think that was one of their most. That was one of their best positions of the game.
Yeah, but it didn't end the way they wanted.
No.
I mean, so they had turnover on downs. They were in the red zone of Philly.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Well, they were on the 5-yard line or something like that, and they got called for a penalty, and then they got called
back a little bit
to the 15 or something like that.
So I remember on the fourth down play, which was the final play for the Falcons, but that, for them to have a chance to win the game, and Matt Ryan rolled out to the right a little bit, and he had no receivers open, so he ran out of space, and
kind of scrambling for a little bit longer.
Yeah, and then he had to just throw one up because you have to throw one up there.
You can't just get sacked.
Yeah, if you get sacked, you didn't give yourself a chance to win the game. But so he threw it up to Julio, and it looked like a blown up play from the start. I was even surprised that he even had a chance, and Julio ended up getting up pretty high.
Were they starting on the right side of the field or the left side?
I'm guessing it was the right hash because he ran out of space pretty quick, but I'm not.
Yeah.
But yeah, he threw it up to Julio. Julio got up pretty high, but it went right through his hands.
I thought it was a pretty decent pass, and he gave Julio pretty good chance to catch the ball.
Yeah, if there's a guy you want to throw it up to, that's the guy. You should trust his hands there. It went right through his hands, but
yeah. Well, what's your opinion on the defensive pass interference on that? Do you think he was?
I didn't think there was any defensive pass interference.
It looked like he fell on his own.
And in a play like that, I don't think you can make a call like that because the play was blown up. Once the receiver has no route anymore, it's kind of he just running free for all kind of. So there's gonna be shoving on both sides there. It's gonna happen. Yeah. If you fall, I mean, it's gonna happen. So I think it's a clean play. You gotta
just let the play go on.
Yeah, let the players play. You can't put a ref decision on that. So, but ended up being a good ending, which made it a little bit more interesting.
So,
but it was an okay game, I'd say. Low scoring was kind of stunk, but
yeah,
whatever.
I mean, the Saturday games weren't too exciting, which brings us to our next game, the Patriots-Titans game, which, what was it, 35-14?
Yeah, so it wasn't even close. And I did assume the Titans would have a chance.
Yeah, I know.
I figured they would.
Well, I mean, they were down, 18 points against the Chiefs? That was kind of a miracle play.
Miracle comeback.
A miracle comeback, I should say.
Yeah, but I was impressed by their win over the Chiefs. So I was like, oh, maybe they'll give them a game, but I guess you can't really bet against Tom Brady.
Yeah, but Marcus Mariota, how do you think he looked?
I think he looked good. 254 yards passing. Yeah, it was 22 for 37 and had 2 passing touchdowns.
Those numbers are pretty good.
Those are pretty good, especially for a young, ill-experienced playoff quarterback.
Yeah. Was this his first playoff appearance?
I think it was his first playoff appearance, so it was his second game.
At Patriots.
Yeah. So that's kind of tough. But
it wasn't a terrible performance. And then Corey Davis looked pretty good, too.
Yeah, Marcus Mariota had a nice connection with him, didn't he?
2 touchdowns and then a total of 63 receiving yards, which that's pretty good. 63 isn't a big number, but those 2 touchdowns kind of kept them in the game. I mean, I think, were they the first to score?
The Titans did make the first score.
I think Corey Davis was the first.
Yeah, they went up 7-0, so I was like, oh, man, Titans, let's go.
Yeah.
Because I'm not a huge Patriots guy. I
don't think too many people.
Yeah, I mean, unless you're a Patriots fan, everyone's kind of rooting against them. I mean, you'd like to see a Titans upset there.
Yeah, definitely.
But when they were up 7-0, I was like, oh, maybe this is going to be a good game. And then kind of stunk.
Tom Brady stepped in. He had a pretty good game himself.
Yeah.
337, excuse me. 337 passing yards. 35 for 53. Wow.
A lot of passes there.
That is a lot of passes. And then 3 for 3 touchdowns, which that's pretty good.
Yeah, maybe that was kind of like a statement MVP game for him.
Yeah.
Like, he threw a pick in like 5 of his I think I remember at Christmas time, it was like the last 5 games that he played, he threw a pick in all of them. So I think Todd Gurley should get it.
Yeah, same.
That's me.
Todd Gurley looked really good this season.
Yeah, but Tom Brady, that must have been his push. I could see him getting it because they like to give it to him.
No Russell,
unfortunately. Even though he was the number 1 fantasy quarterback this year. But no Russell, not for my fantasy team. But, so Tom Brady played well, and then running the ball.
The running backs didn't look too bad.
Yeah, touchdown for each to Brandon Bolden and James White.
Brandon Bolden. Did you say Brandon Bolden?
I don't even...
Or Bolden? Yeah, Bolden.
Yeah.
I don't know who that is.
Barely even know who that guy is.
Yeah.
When I think of who are the 3 running backs I think of Dion Lewis, James White,
Rex Burkhead, and then Mike Gillislee.
Oh, and Mike Gillislee. So he's the 5th running back that I would ever even if I could ever know his name, he'd be the number 5 guy on my list probably.
Mm-hmm.
So he had a rushing touchdown, which was kind of cool. And James White, I mean, I know he had the game-winning touchdown in the Super Bowl last year against the Falcons. So it's good to see him get some action, but in the playoffs early on instead of maybe he'll get it now, so he won't get it in the Super Bowl and keep the Patriots from winning. But and then Chris Hogan, he's back.
Yeah, Tom Brady connected with him, but 1 touchdown. And that touchdown was his only catch, though, for 4 yards.
Hey, he'll take it, right?
Yeah, he'll take it.
He'll take it in the first game back, but I wonder if he got many targets. I'm not sure about that, but they might have not. I don't even remember seeing him a ton.
Yeah, they probably didn't. Okay. Well, do you know what number touchdown that was? I'm not sure you know, but I'm assuming that they kind of put him in towards the end of the game, maybe, and then played him for a few minutes.
I'm not positive what touchdown it was, but I'm guessing they probably limited him a little bit after coming up. His injury, when he first got it, seemed like it was gonna be pretty quick, maybe a week, one week off.
Yeah,
and then it seemed like it just goes he kept being like week to week. It was like, oh, maybe he's back this week.
What
And
was
then
it, like 5 weeks?
Yeah, it had to have been
that?
like 5 weeks, and he just kept not coming back. So it's good to see him back. I mean, for
Unfortunately,
the Patriots at least.
that gives him one more weapon to choose.
one more weapon for Brady, right?
Yeah.
After their trade for Brandon Cooks last season, so
Yeah, wow.
or this offseason, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
It's a good thing they have Julian Edelman on the field.
yeah, good thing he's hurt because
Yeah.
we're not fans of the Patriots. But then we move on to Sunday games, right?
Those games were fantastic to watch.
Oh my, I love those games.
Both those games were, well, the first game was a shootout, in my opinion. Jags Steelers game.
Jags Steelers, and this stunned pretty much everyone but Jags fans, and including Brandon did call it in his bracket. He did pick.
I love seeing the Steelers lose too.
Yeah, high
I'm not a
scoring
fan.
game though.
Yeah.
Wow, 87
And
total points.
The Jags offense, I mean, they're nothing too special. Blake Bortles,
Yeah, 45 points on the Steelers,
that's great. Well, one of them was a defensive touchdown, but still.
and in Pittsburgh, right?
Yeah.
The cold weather.
I mean, Pittsburgh D, like, they're not terrible, are they?
No, I mean obviously Shazier's out, but
They're still
good.
Yeah.
I mean, good enough to get them a bye in
Yeah.
the playoffs. I mean, come on. But
Big Ben looked really good.
yeah, that's crazy though. Big Ben did look great.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't really blame anything.
Almost
on him.
500 passing yards. And
Yeah.
37 for 58. A lot of passing going on in that game.
Yeah.
5 TDs and then 1 interception.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, 5 touchdowns. His QBR had to been insanely high this game.
Yeah.
Even with the turnover, 2 turnovers. But
Yeah.
yeah. Big Ben looked good,
Mm-hmm.
but no one's gonna go back and remember this performance because
They lost.
They lost. Like, it's just what happens. But he did connect with Antonio Brown for 2 of those 5 touchdowns and for 132 yards.
Those are really good catches, too.
They looked really nice, and especially coming off the injury.
That calf injury, was it? Yeah.
Yeah, people were kind of. At least I was doubting him, honestly, a little
I was a
bit.
little skeptical of how he would perform against this Jaguars defense. That number one defense in the NFL.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you guys saw a video of him. Like, there was a video of him. I think it might have been going against like Chad Johnson or someone like that. Just like on the might have been. It was like a warm place, maybe like Florida, and they were like practicing before the game, and like while he was recovering, he looked like he was fully healthy though. So I mean, I guess I should have expected him to play well,
Mm-hmm.
but Antonio Brown looked good, and Big Ben really liked his connection with his tight end too.
Yeah, Vance McDonald. Is he the second string behind was Jesse James, I think?
I think he is, yeah, because remember Jesse James had that crazy end
Drop
against
pass against the Patriots.
the Patriots, yep, which they will not get to play this year.
Nope.
For the rest of the season.
112 receiving yards for 10 receptions. That's pretty good. That's a lot of receptions.
Dang. So what? 21 PPR points in fantasy?
Yeah, something like that.
That's pretty good. But the winning side of the ball, the QB didn't play as well,
Mm-hmm.
but
Still got the win.
got the win. So Blake Bortles,
Mm-hmm.
214, not a ton of passing yards, but he was 14 for 26, and he did have a touchdown. So
He is a good rushing quarterback, though. I mean, he rushed for a few first downs, I think, if I remember. And
that's true. He can scramble a little
yeah.
bit. He can. I think remember against the Bills, he had like 80 some rushing yards.
He had 87 rushing yards and I think 86 passing yards.
That's crazy. That is crazy. But he didn't really have to do much with his running back who was playing very well.
Yeah, Leonard Fournette. 109 yards, which that's pretty good. But then you see 3 touchdowns. Wow.
Yeah, he looked good. He was just. I mean, they were just pounding him in there for the touchdowns. But why would you not give him the ball?
Yeah.
He's a big dude, and he was their lottery picks. So
Yeah, he had a really good game. And he wasn't the only running back, too. I think TJ Yeldon had a really good receiving touchdown, I think, like for 50 yards or something.
you think it was that Bortles' only passing touchdown to Yeldon?
No, he had yeah, I think it was actually.
Yeah, well, it's good they have Yeldon going.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever he did in that game, as long as it was positive, it helps the Jags' chance against the
Yeah.
Patriots. But don't sleep on them against the Patriots.
I know. I'm rooting for him.
I mean, Brandon was on the Jags from the start, so he has a little bit more reasoning for this.
And they are my fantasy. Their defense was my fantasy lineup this year, and their defense looked really good. 1 pick from from Big Ben, and then one scoop and score also.
Jags D, they got those turnovers. Obviously, allowing 42 points isn't the best, but they know their defense is good. Their offense just scored 45 points. They're going to be feeling good going into the game. Their defense, they know they've had the best defense this entire season of any NFL team, and coming off a really good offensive performance. Why not think they can give them a chance, right? And they got Tom Coughlin at some BP job too, so who knows, right? They could totally give them a game, and I think most people hope they do. But
I wasn't the only at a game on Sunday.
Vikings
Saints. How'd you feel?
Vikings Saints. I'm happy about it because the Vikings are, I'd say like either my second or my third favorite team. I mean, they're not even second, third favorite teams of mine aren't even close to my first, which is the Oakland Raiders. You guys might be able to tell, but
that was a great game to watch.
It was an awesome game. Even for, I mean, I know you wanted the Saints. They were your pick to win it all this year.
I know. That was one of the best playoff games we'll see this year, in my opinion.
I'd say one of the best divisional round games in the past 5 to 10 years. I'd say too. Especially the ending is what made it too.
Yeah.
The comeback and then the ending. But it stinks for Drew Brees.
I know. I know he wanted one more ring.
But when you do have 2 interceptions, you are not helping your team at all with that.
Yeah, he also, although he had almost 300 passing yards, 25 for 40, and then he had 3 touchdowns.
3 touchdowns, yeah.
That's pretty good.
I know he's definitely gonna be a little upset over those 2 picks. Though. He's probably gonna think back on them and be like, if I didn't throw those picks, we could have got
a few more points on the board,
maybe 2 field goals and got the win, or would have changed the whole outcome.
Yeah,
of the game.
I know.
But they were down most of the game anyway.
They were down 17 at half.
So
it was looking like a blowout at first.
He thought he did enough to win, and the defense didn't go out there and make a play for them. So feel bad for that Marcus Williams guy. But
3 of the touchdowns were to Michael Thomas, right?
Or two of the 3 were to Michael Thomas.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, but 85 yards, which is good.
Yeah, Michael Thomas has been looking good throughout the year. He's a Pro Bowler, right?
Pro Bowler, yep. He is.
Good. And he also, the last one was to Alvin Kamara.
Yeah.
That was a good catch by him.
But the running game for the Saints really never got developed.
Well, I mean, it's really hard to run against this Vikings defensive line.
Oh, yeah. And especially when you're down most of the game, you don't really want to run the ball that much.
Yeah.
I think combined, Kamara and Ingram had a combined 21 rushes. So I think Kamara had 11 and Ingram had 10. So Kamara only averaged 3.9 yards per carry and Ingram only averaged 2.5. So nothing good from them.
Nothing. That's not good.
And most think of them as like the best running back duo in the NFL, which is crazy.
But I think the running backs on the other side look a little bit better.
They did. They did. They got a pair of touchdowns, right? Latavius Murray and Jerick McKinnon.
Yeah.
It's awesome that they got that duo going on.
And then they've got Dalvin Cook for next year.
Dalvin Cook for next year. That's crazy. I would imagine that one's going to try to... I mean, Murray just came, so I'd be surprised if he left. But maybe a McKinnon would leave.
You think?
If something could happen. It's going to be hard with those 3 guys. They're all playing well. It's going to be hard to... And they're going to be able to show themselves off on a big stage this year, in the playoffs especially. So maybe they'll get a big deal. But, so they played well.
And then one of McKinnon's touchdowns was a receiving touchdown from Case Keenum. It was pretty good.
Yeah, it did. But Case Keenum, 318 yards.
That's right.
25 for 40, just like Breeze did. He had 1 touchdown and 1 interception. So his touchdown to interception ratio was worse than Breeze. But his touchdown was way more important.
Wow. That was crazy.
So it was to the man, the myth, the legend, Stephon Diggs, who had 137 yards and 1 touchdown. And that 1 touchdown was the biggest play of the game.
Didn't that touchdown win your DraftKings lineup?
It did. It won me my DraftKings lineup because I had Stephon Diggs.
Yeah.
And he got me the win. But we want to show you real quick. Credits go out to Fox Sports for providing us with this clip. So here's a little look at Stephon Diggs' touchdown. As you can see right here, Case Keenum's dropping back, and he throws to the right side. And Stephon Diggs catches it, and Saints defender misses the tackle, and he takes off to the end zone. 0 seconds left on the clock, and the Vikings win the game. It's crazy because the Saints were kind of blocking the edges of the sideline. They were kind of
following the receivers inside, so they couldn't get out of bounds.
Yeah, so they're following him inside, and then that Marcus Williams guy, I feel bad for the dude, but he allowed Stephon Diggs to. I think he was trying to guard the sideline. He was trying to position his body to keep him from getting out of bounds. But he realized that once he kind of missed Stephon Diggs made that split-second decision to run upfield because his natural instinct was probably to get out of bounds.
Because he knew he was gonna get. He assumed he was gonna get.
Yeah. So as soon as he sees that it's open upfield, he just make that quick decision. Should I go for upfield or should I go out of bounds? And
because maybe if he on upfield, another DB tackled him and
yeah. But if he would have went out of bounds, who knows? Maybe a missed high fullback kicker.
Didn't Marcus Williams run into his own man?
Yep.
That did not help him.
But yes, that's an awesome play, and that play is going to be cherished.
It's going to go down in history.
It's a crazy play, but yeah, we just want to show you that real quick, guys. So yeah, that was a great freaking play. But
that was a good weekend of football.
Yeah.
Play.
Now it stinks that we do have less games. Only 2 more games in the AFC NFC Championship matchups, which is between the Patriots and the Jaguars and the Eagles and the Vikings. Mm-hmm. And we want to talk a little bit about the QBs that are playing in those matchups.
Yeah.
So 3 of the QBs have very little playoff experience.
Mm-hmm. Some have none. I think so.
I think this is the first year for Case Keenum,
Bortles,
and Blake Bortles. I know Foles did get a start before, like a few years ago, but so Tom Brady's probably licking his chops right now.
Yeah,
he's got to be. Mm-hmm. And I don't blame him, but I bet you Ben Roethlisberger was licking his chops too with Blake Bortles.
They were looking ahead of that Jags game and thought they were just going to end up playing the Patriots.
Yeah, so
watch out for that Jags D, Tom Brady.
Yeah, their corners are feeling really good right now. Mm-hmm. I mean, I know Jalen Ramsey has been talking some trash, and AJ Bouye is feeling good. So
yes,
they have some firepower coming into the game, especially after they beat the Steelers, the team that everyone thought could beat the Patriots.
They're going to be feeling good after that Steelers win.
But some inexperienced quarterbacks, but
it's going to be interesting.
75% chance if you gave them all equal chance to win. 75% chance of winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So, but lastly, we want to go into the CareerBuilder Challenge. It's a PGA tournament coming up on Thursday in La Quinta, California, at the La Quinta course, and we wanted to say a little bit about kind of our picks to who could do well in the tournament. We decided that we wanted to make a DraftKings lineup for this week for our 6 favorite guys that are under the $50,000 salary cap. Mm-hmm. And last week I did pretty well at the Sony Open, which is in Hawaii. So we figured we would go in again and give them some of our picks for the PGA this week, which should be an awesome tournament.
You're quite the DraftKings PGA player.
Yeah, so
pretty good.
I'll show you my lineup. Bring it a little bit of input too. Here's the lineup right here. We got Dominic Bazzelli, Stuart Sink, Zach Johnson, Ches Reavie, and JJ Spawn. And lastly, Brendan Steele. So we feel really good about this lineup because, one, these guys are pretty much the best people at the stats that are very successful at the course. So we pretty much found the stats that are really tend to do well at that course, and found the guys that are at low salary. So low salary guys that might be able to stand out a little bit. So we only used 49,100 of our $50,000 salary cap. So we did use a little bit less. This is a 50-50 cash lineup only. So do not use this in your tournaments most likely. Maybe throw it in one lineup, but don't be riding this in your tournament as your only lineup if you're going to maybe enter 15 to 20 lineups instead. But 50-50, so this means it's probably going to finish. We are very confident this will finish in the top 50%. Preferably if you play in like a casual or beginner, I think we have a great chance of that. A little bit of tougher ones are than just the regular ones, but we think we have a great chance there. But yeah, we like these guys. We think they're going to play well. I mean, I know there's no big name guys. I mean, I think Zach Johnson and Brennan Steele are probably the two that might stand out. But we think it's a well balanced lineup because you have to play safe and try to find guys that are going to make the cut and not.
You don't want to spend all your money on the top players either.
Yeah, because if you spend them all on your top players, if you take some guys that aren't like are low and won't make the cut. The key is getting guys that are going to play all 4 rounds because if they miss the cut, they're only playing the first 2 rounds. And that's like 2 rounds of points that you're missing out on. So if they make the cut, they're getting 2 extra rounds. So if you have 6 of 6 make the cut and another person only has 4 of 6 that make the cut, you have a great advantage on him. Even if his players are playing a little bit better, you have 2 extra players that are earning points over him. So, or her if they're playing. But yeah, so this is our lineup. We are pretty happy with the lineup. And yeah.
That's all we have to talk about today, sports-wise.
That is what's going on in sports right now. Make sure you guys check us out on Twitter at the BK Breakdown. We always tweet when we post a video. Message us on there. You can message us in the comments on here.
Mm-hmm.
We like to use Twitter because it's quick. It's a quick way to.
It's really convenient for us.
Yeah, it's easier on our phones. I mean, you definitely comment below. We will definitely answer you back in the YouTube comments. Mm-hmm. But if you want to tweet us too or ask questions about certain things or things we should talk about or
stuff about your team or a player or anything.
Yeah. Sports. So if you can like this video,
that'd be great.
That would be awesome because we're trying to move our way up in get more people to watch. So if you like this video, it'll help us out a ton.
And if you'd like, subscribe. That'd be awesome too.
Subscribe and make sure you hit that bell icon right next to the subscribe button. It'll give you a notification on your phone or laptop or anything like tablet or anything like that as soon as we upload. So why wouldn't you want to see when we upload, right?
Yeah.
Right away. But we are also getting a website going at it's the bkbreakdown.com. So make sure we will let you guys know when that is ready to go. Mm-hmm. That rhymed. But yeah, we'll let you guys know when that is ready to go. And we just want to say thanks for watching.
Yeah, and we're really glad to be back.
It's great to be back. We'll see you guys later.
Thanks.